Now, any time you like, maybe you might have to use a bit of stick. Now, how's this for a canter? Okay, what we'll do, Amy, is we're going to come round here again. I'm going to try it again. I had a super canter behind you. So I'm alright. Anyway, well done. It's just, sometimes you've just got, I find you've got to say the word canter because they get used to it. And you have to just really tap them up with that stick and keep sort of tapping so that they get the idea. Anyway, we're going to have another little trot along here. The other thing I wanted to say was we're great believers in straightness, because it is in straightness that you get real control over the horse and you get through into its mind. So although this mare went in straight lines, because I think she's 12 years old, so yes, she goes in straight lines, but she wasn't and isn't straight. So I've been working on that, and the results for every horse are just incredible, because naturally horses just are born one-sided, and they don't naturally move in straight lines. So in a sense it's artificial. It's artificial to keep the horse perfectly straight, but when the horse is able to be perfectly straight and hold themselves like that, whether on a curve, a turn or a circle or a straight line, they've got impeccable balance and control over their body, and their mind is also straightened out. So when the horse is sort of weaving around, it's also weaving around in its mind. So the two have an effect on each other. So yes, straightness is really everything, and especially when you're out hacking, because it avoids and prevents shying. You control the quarters and the shoulder, and the horse learns to trust your decision, because something that they wanted to shy at, you were able to successfully prevent, and the thing that they were frightened of didn't leap out and get them, so then they begin to trust your judgment. So that's what it's all about. It's like, well, I think I ought to shy at this, but if you say no, I don't need to, then I'm beginning to believe you. So for a long while, virtually at any age, horses need quite a lot of support to make sure that they're absolutely straight, and that if you want to prevent them shying, they have to understand straightness, otherwise you really can't prevent them shying. You have to kind of deal with it after they have shied or in the middle of the shy, which isn't quite the same thing. So, as I say, Posie isn't spooky, and neither is Nini, but you know, Nini's getting straighter now, much straighter, and Posie's beginning to learn, or is learning, the value of straightness to help her form this relationship with me, and then ultimately whoever is lucky enough to have her. Now, Nini, you can walk through this mud all over again. So next time when we try it, don't forget to say the word canter, even though they don't know what it is. If every time you say it, gradually they'll get to understand that you don't want a fast trot, that you actually want a canter. But again, if we don't get it today, it doesn't matter, we will get it. We can try again next week. I mean, you've had some unofficial canters, and so have I, on her when she's gone past something she doesn't like, you know, like a van. She's gone cantering off down the road. Yeah. So I have had a canter or two on her. But of course it's a different thing when you're asking for it, isn't it? And again, I still can't really stroke this mare. I've mentioned that before with lots of horses. I stroke them and then they're never quite the same, you know, having been stroked. I think the stroking that people can give them happens when it's supposed to soothe the horse, and in actual fact they make an association with the stroking for something that's about to worry them. So if this mare is standing, and she used to find standing really, really difficult, but she's getting better. But if she was standing and I stroked her because she was standing, she'd immediately surge forward, and it was like a cue, you know. It was like a, yeah, oh, you stroked me, I've got to go off. So I really don't know in what way she was stroked, but all that I know is when I do stroke her, she starts to tense up, so she doesn't get many strokes at this point. I do release this rein, the right rein, a little bit, and just rub in here, and I say, good girl, and she does understand that, good girl. But again, if I say good girl when she's stopped, she immediately wants to surge forward. So yeah, I've got to do a certain amount of rewiring of the processes and the responses, which won't be hard once you get the horse into the frame of mind where they're actually willing to listen to you, and you know, they're not in some sort of survival mode or on their own agenda. Whoa, good girl.